Hey, we back. Welcome back, guys. It's Matt from the IT Chameleon. And today, we're just going to kind of freestyle this one. I just wanted to talk about some of the things that's been happening recently out in the Microsoft world. Lately we've been doing a lot of home lab stuff, but, this is something that might affect you if you've been following along and trying to do a home lab. So me, myself, I know I've never really mentioned it, but I was studying for the MCSA for Server 2016. And I don't know if you follow tech news, but if you do, Microsoft, they're actually killing that certification off along with a whole bunch of other ones, you know what I'm saying? And you can get them before June 30th. But if any of you have ever studied for some of these certifications, specifically that one, it takes quite a bit to get it, and that's not nearly enough time. I mean, you have to pass 3 tests, and each of those tests, for me, I feel like probably take at least 3 months to study for, and that's being generous. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of material covered within each one of those courses. So what do we do next? And you might have heard of something like this, or you might have seen other videos. I'm certainly not the first to report on this. I certainly won't be the last to report on this. But basically, they're going to these role-based certifications, which, you can kind of see on the screen right now. And role-based certifications, what exactly does that mean? I know. I wasn't too keen on it when I first saw it. I came to the page. First thing I saw was developer, administrator, solutions architect, functional consultant. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's not so bad. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like, something similar to what it sounds like we might still have the same thing, right? Maybe they're going to replace some of those certifications, but, boy, was I wrong. I go to click on administrator certifications, for instance, right? And might take it a minute to load. I've been doing some home labbing, so my internet might be a little slow right now. But basically, I click on that, and I was surprised, right? We started seeing things about Microsoft 365, Azure Administrator Associate, some things that we're just not used to seeing, right? And I'm just like, okay, so what's next, right? I want to be a systems engineer. I want to, make sure that I can show people and employers that, I can do what I say I can do, what's on my resume, right? How do I certify to show them that? At this point, you don't, right? So what do we do now? If you search around the page, it's time to learn some Microsoft 365. It's time to learn some Azure, right? And I'm not here to just tell you something that I want to do myself, right? I'm gonna go ahead and start learning some of this stuff too. So what did I do? I went and got an Azure cert, right? And of course, it wasn't nothing huge, right? But it was a start. It's this certification called the AZ900. Let's see if I can find a way to get us there real quick. See if we can see it. And it's just a fundamentals certification. It's this one right here. And I just wanted to talk about it, right? Because Microsoft made this pivot, and we got to respond. And what did I respond by doing? I went and started off here, right? Next, I'm gonna try and go and get that administrator assistant or whatever we were just looking at, right? But I basically got this certification in 4 days, right? And I wanted to make this video to show you guys that all hope isn't lost, right? You can actually come out here and start getting these certs, and they might actually prove you some good. I've seen a lot of companies put applications out there where they're looking for people who have some Azure experience. So it might not be as bad as it seems right now. Things will get better, right? So if you just look right in here, right, you see it talks about some of these skills, these cloud concepts and Azure services, security, privacy, compliance, and trust, pricing and support. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it was daunting at first. I first started looking at it about 5 days ago now, and I watched a couple videos, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But I gave it a little more time that first day. By the second day, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. third day, I started going a little harder at it. And then the fourth day, I just hunkered down, man. You know what I'm saying? I just spent 4 or 5 straight hours in front of the computer, watching videos, taking notes in OneNote, you know what I'm saying? And it worked out, you know what I'm saying? It paid off, right? You know, I was able to get the certification after only 4 days of studying. And, you know, just to show you that, you know, I'm not telling some type of fib or anything like that, man. You know, I just want to show you real quick, you know, what I did, you know, some of my methods to pretty much learning how to get this certification. So take a look here, right? I have my OneNote, and let me go ahead and get this yellow marker off the screen. It's kind of in our way, but basically I have my OneNote, right? And within my OneNote, I'm taking notes on every section of these videos that I'm looking at. So, you know, I started off with this skills measure, and this is just a PDF you can grab from Microsoft, right? Then from there, I use CBT Nuggets. A lot of y'all might be familiar with that. It's basically a website where they have a bunch of people who are, you know, really in tune with what's going on tech, just giving out knowledge, right? My favorite person to watch right now is this guy called Network Chuck. I'm subscribed to his YouTube. You all should probably do so too. He's probably, you know, the easiest to understand, right? And relatable, young guy, you know what I'm saying? Probably only about 30 years old. And it helped, it clicked, you know what I'm saying? Every single topic, I'm getting in there and I'm taking a couple notes on every topic. And I just wanted to make this video to show you guys that, hey, you know, when you watch those videos, don't get too caught up in a lot of details, at least for this certification. You know, I feel like every video, there's a couple of main things you'll get out of it, couple of main content pieces. And really, there's like these little small quizzes with each video. And typically the couple of answers that goes with that is exactly what you need to take down, right? So you'll see every time I have a bold mark, that was a video, right? And each one of these is a section. So every time there's a bold mark, there's a video. Look, 5 lines, 1 line for this video, 2 lines, maybe 5 or 6 lines, right? And then occasionally I'll take a screenshot, right? Because that helps. And then I keep going, right? Same concept. This is 4 days, right? Immediately after getting all of these notes, because taking all these notes is gonna really help you memorize things. I didn't have to go back and just read over all my notes again, right? The next thing I went and did was I went and got a practice exam. I went and downloaded practice exams, purchased a couple of practice exams from 2 separate websites. I don't remember the names of them, but I'll post them in the description. They were pretty much the same exam on both websites, so it's not necessary to buy 2. They only cost me about $15 a piece, right? And I took those exams, right? Took them as many times as I could until every single exam that came with the package, I could pass it with 100%. And there were about 4 or 5 in each package. And you want me to be honest? I took the exam the exact same day. Like, I felt so confident after finishing those videos and taking the practice test that I scheduled an exam on the exact same day. Maybe about 3 hours later, you know, came home, set up my work area, took the exam, and I, you know, immediately passed. It maybe took me 20-30 minutes, right? But everything I had been studying was there. All those practice questions, they were pretty similar, to be honest, and I passed, you know what I'm saying? And that was that. Got a cert in 4 days, and now I'm a little spoiled because I want to go and get the net cert, but I know it's not going to take 4 days, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not even going to take double that and take 8, you know, it might take a month or 2, 3. But all I'm saying is Microsoft is pivoting. That doesn't mean you necessarily have to pivot, but you kind of do, you know what I mean? You can't go get an MCSA anymore unless you're almost, finished with that studying. Or outside of that, you might want to switch to Linux, get you some Linux certifications until Microsoft gets it together. Go look into some Cisco stuff, but this, we're gonna keep this about Microsoft, and right now I say, if you're a young guy like myself, let's get on this Azure train. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to see more about Azure and y'all want to, follow me as I study for this next Azure cert, let me know. I'll post some videos. I'll document my training. I'll go live and we can make this a group effort. But I just wanted to check in and show you guys, exactly what's been going on ever since Microsoft made that huge announcement. How did it affect me? How it might affect you all. And that's pretty much it. This has been Matt from the IT Chameleon, and I appreciate y'all for checking in. Catch y'all next time. Thank you.